And I'm so glad that we are having this event here today. You know what? Yonkers Pride is alive and well. And you know what? It's happened not because of me. It's happened because there's been a transformation taking place across America, but certainly right here in Yonkers. And it started with really progressive leadership from people right here in our own city. Because the first person I met when I was in the State Assembly was Mike Sabatino, the majority leader of the Yonkers City Council. And when Michael first took this young person and said, gay marriage, and I said, how about civil unions? He said, no, gay marriage. How about marriage? He said to me, I said, maybe civil union. And he said, no, that's not equal. And he was 100% right. And I changed my position, and I was one of the first legislators to be supportive of marriage equality for everyone. And you know, and then Mike got elected to the city council, and Mike, along with Robert Voorhees, has very much been a part of the success, the renaissance that's happening here in Yonkers. It's a renaissance that includes everyone. Everyone has a seat at the table. Everyone is as much responsible for the good things that are happening as the next person. And so when Mike Sabatino, who is somebody that I rely on as my partner here in government, is somebody that I rely on because he is so smart. You know, he's a scientist. You know that, right? And he said to me one day when somebody was giving him somebody was saying, well, you know, he'll run the government, but it's really about him being gay. And he said, I just want to know the gay way to fill a pothole, and I'll fill it up that way. And I said, I don't know either. But he has truly been really one of the finest examples you could find of a public servant, no matter what, is Mike Sabatino. He is somebody who's worked hand in glove with me. Robert, who's the head of the LGBTQ advisory board. Robert, thank you. And I'm going to switch this to him because you've given me a lot of accolades, and I appreciate that. I really do. I guess, you know, Mayor, you get credit for the good things. You get credit for the bad things too, right? But I couldn't be more proud to be mayor of Yonkers today. A city that has over 100 different nationalities, over 60 different languages, and you know what? In a city that is accepting of all, where we, no matter, are just all at the table working together because we have one thing that we all do. We solve people's problems. That's what we were elected to do. And that's what we do, and we do it together. And so let me give you the real person who has been the driver of change in our city. He has even brought me along, and that is my good friend. Let's give a nice round of applause to the majority leader of the Yonkers City Council, Mike Sabatino.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. You know, this really still couldn't have happened with all of you. And, you know, the mayor has been a big supporter of us. And, you know, this is about education, educating everybody on issues. And I would have never thought that I would be standing here today at the first Yonkers Pride, the first city pride in Westchester. And I want to thank our police department, our fire department. They're keeping us all safe. They've done a great job. And I want to thank all the vendors and the Parks Department for getting this all together. And our county executive who lent us the stage today, our Deputy County Executive Ken Jenkins was here earlier. He'll be by. But I do want to introduce some of my colleagues. We have our, first of all, I want to thank the LGBT Advisory Board. They came up with this idea. They put it all together. It was led really by Landon Cole. Landon. He had a vision and he was unstoppable, really unstoppable. So, and all of the other members of the LGBT Advisory Board, and we have our chair, Eileen. No, who are we? Oh, Angie, where's Angie? And Anthony Nicodemo, who's the chair, co-chair. I also want to introduce some of my colleagues that may want to say a few words. We have our newest state senator, Shelley Mayer.
Credit to the LGBTQ Advisory Board, to the mayor's leadership, to Michael and Robert, who have been steadfast for all these years in saying they believed that Yonkers was an accepting, loving, diverse community, and you proved it here today. So congratulations, everybody.
And our City Council President, Mike Cater.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. LGBT rights are human rights, and don't forget that. I want everyone to go look to the left and look to the right. You guys need to give each other a round of applause because you made this happen. Anthony made this happen. Robert made this happen, and Michael made this happen. Welcome to Yonkers. Everyone's welcome. Let's enjoy the day.
And I also want to introduce Jaime Martinez, who is the head of the downtown bid here, who really helped get this all together because we had to do everything through him. So Jaime, if you would just say a few words.
Well, I didn't have any plans to say anything, but I will say that Yonkers downtown is hopefully the new home for everybody who's come here today to enjoy this parade. Come back. We have lots of bars. This is a safe space where you can come, you can have fun, you can feel represented. It's a great city. We're guided by some of the greatest politicians you have here in Westchester County. We're very lucky that we got to put this on, which is not the first festival, but maybe the biggest LGBT festival. It's the first real street festival in Westchester County, which is a big moment, and everybody here is part of that. So clap for yourselves, clap for this crowd, and come back after the party is over.
I also want to introduce Chuck Lesnick, who's here representing the governor. He's our former city council president.
Thank you, Michael. You know, the governor gets a lot of credit for the marriage equality bill, but he couldn't have done that without people like Robert and Michael, who really led the way. And I remember marching with the governor in the Pride Parade the day after, or a couple of days after that passed, and it was like a rock star, just the love coming from the streets of New York when that happened. But there have been actually 36 other bills that he's passed and pushed through to protect LGBTQI rights. And every time there's a group that gets offended, that gets a group that gets assaulted by some new federal piece of legislation, the governor is there to stand up and say, no, we are all equal, whether they're immigrants, whether they're LGBTQ, whether they're from another country, another race. The governor is there to fight for them, and I'm proud to represent him in this city and this county.
Okay, and just so you know, Robert and I are going to be going up to 66 Main on the 9th floor. There's a film festival going. The first showing is a documentary that Robert and I are featured in. So we're going to do the intro and then the Q&A after. So I don't know how much space is up there, but the movie is called March On. And it's about 5 stories of 5 families and their stories in the fight for equality. So enjoy the rest of the day. And Angie, our other co-chair, would like to say a few words.
Sorry, I was busy talking with all the people who've come here. What a wonderful celebration of the diversity and the inclusivity of our city, that you're all here, you're all having a good time. Our board worked really hard to put this together in conjunction with so many people, including our mayor and administration and the bid board down here, and everyone took a part in trying to make an incredible and wonderful celebration of life. And I think I would just like to welcome you all as part of the board, and really appreciate your being here and totally enjoy it. And let us know how you had a good time. We'd like to see it on social media. It's really important to get the word out that Yonkers is a great place to be, to live, to work, and to have fun with you and your families. Thank you. Oh, the hashtag. What's our hashtag?
And I also want to thank all of our volunteers. Our volunteers are in the orange t-shirts. Thank you very much. And Jessica from the bid, who worked very hard in getting all these booths set up. And next year we'll have a bouncy house for all the young people who came. We're really glad that to see all these families here. It's really a great thing to see. So enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be here till 8. We have a lot of entertainment coming. And tell your friends, there's still plenty of time to get down here. And the band, Michael. And the band. Thank you for the music.
What's the hashtag?
Hashtag is Yonkers Pride and Unity. Yonkers Pride and Unity is the
We got
hashtag.
one more song to go. We invite the mayor to come up. Michael, if you'd like to come up. Angie, if you'd like to come up. Landon, if you'd like to come up. We'd like to contest this song. There's more to come up. I think everybody heard the song. Everyone, please join in. Well, we think,
Happy Pride! Happy Pride!
So it happened. It was about a year ago we had the interview and today we have the parade.
I didn't hear what you say because
I said it was about a year ago that you and I had the interview about the possibility of a pride parade.
And look at this! And look what happened. Look
That's
at
it.
this.
I guess you were an important part of this. I don't know how you played it, but when you and I spoke about it, this was not on the plans. And today we are here celebrating.
You're welcome.
That's it, brother. Thank you and have fun.
So this was funny. So that was he didn't realize I was reeling him in. How are things going?
Everything is great. Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hi, Chuck. How are you? So good to see you.
We're not in the Bronx. So are you by the lion tank or the shark tank?
Mike, guys, how important is this Pride Festival for the city of Yonkers?
Yonkers, put your hands together for the one and only.
This is a very important because how we see we got people outside of Yonkers coming to Yonkers because this is the place to be. Yonkers accepts everyone as we can see, and we're gonna bring them up to Yonkers to rent an apartment and buy property here.
So Yonkers is a very diverse city, but this is how we show how inclusive Yonkers is of everyone who lives in Yonkers.
That is correct. Yonkers is open for everyone.
Well, ladies, we have a great event going on today here in Yonkers on Main Street. And I just came across you and I see two cards with a picture of two individuals. Tell us a little bit more about it.
We're Gays Against Guns, and we came into being right after the Pulse nightclub massacre in 2016. These folks are our human beings. It's one of our protests against gun violence, and these are folks standing in for our trans sisters in this case that were killed with a gun.
So, well, we are also against guns, violence, regardless if it's transsexual, gays, regular people, straight people. But it's important that we need to create awareness.
That's correct.
That because of your inclination, sexual inclination, whatever political...
No, today we are representing our trans sisters in honor of Pride. This morning we went to Fairfield Pride in the neighborhood of Sandy Hook, and we represented some of those sweet little children that were taken from us with a gun. What we try to do is bring awareness to all people that were killed with a gun. Today we represent these women.
Good enough. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.